Solo leveling ends with this giant gate forming over the earth. It cuts to Suho losing this game of rock, paper, scissors, so now he's got to carry this girl's bag. Then he looks away like he senses something, so she asks what's up, but he says it's nothing. Y'all look cute together. Then they give us an overview of the city and show Kaizo just flying above everything. She says it's been a while since I've been up here. It's their 16th anniversary, so he wanted to give her a special gift. And as he puts it around her neck, he tells her to go back home. I'll be right behind you, and gives her a hug and a kiss. Now you won't take long, right? I will be at home waiting for you. Again, must be nice. Now Jinwoo is officially Unk. She takes off with Kaizo. Yeah, it's confirmed that Jinwoo can just fly. Now those who possess immense power are said to attract horrible things from other worlds. He summons the gang to fight whatever comes out the gate. And then this right here is where Ragnarok starts. As it says, the outer gods are entities who created numerous universes, became known as supreme beings. They would repeatedly create universes while trying to pursue eternal life. And in that process, they created souls and laws. But in this endless cycle, the supreme beings got bored. They thought of a way to entertain themselves. Of course, by having their creations go to war with each other. And despite the destruction and the death of their creations, this entertained them. And one of them was taken out by their own creations, so all the supreme beings gathered to observe the world that lost its master. Now, they didn't really care that he was killed by his own creation. All they cared about was the power that he left behind, an ownerless power that they could take for their own. This is obviously talking about the strength of the Shadow Monarch. But then it cuts back over to high school, and Jinwoo just took care of that giant gate on some low-key shit. Suho's just in class talking about how he got into college, the National University of Arts. So his homeboy's like, ain't no way, how somebody like you get into an art school? But then somebody else walks up congratulating him, and his buddy he fought on the first day of school, saying, I didn't know you could draw. He's really just coming over here to start some shit, and even the girls are like, why is he being a dickhead right now? But Suho wonders how he could harass somebody that's lost both of his parents and still just trying to live on with a smile. I think he's saying Jinwoo and Shahayin are missing if they're not already dead. He's just a delinquent and swings on him anyway. I promise he loves kneeing people in the face. Well, can't we just chill out until we graduate? He actually doesn't move an inch. Says, come on, what was that? That shit didn't hurt at all. But then he goes to punch him and now his arm is glowing. Fortunately, he weaves that shit. Now everybody in the whole class shook as he left this gaping hole in the lockers. He doesn't even know what the hell he did. Suho is just looking like, damn. Then it cuts over to 2 years later. Now he's a sophomore at his college. As he's walking to class, it's getting announced that all of the lessons are being moved to a different building. This gate has just appeared in the middle of campus, and they're currently gathering hunters to take care of it. Now on Suho's last day of school, he gets in a fight. Buddy just ate the kick and then swung back with a power he didn't know he had, just punched a big ass hole in the lockers. So he just awakened mid-fight. Now Suho's not awakened. Then it cuts to 2 years later where he's in college, and we see that all of Jinwoo's efforts to rid the world of hunters and magical energy was fruitless, as hunters began awakening and more gates started to open. Like one just opens in the middle of his campus, so now his classes are moved. And they're saying the gate's about a D rank, and they're telling everybody that's not a hunter to get to safety as he just stews on everything that's happening. Because the gate started opening 3 years ago, and just like in the last timeline, if enough time passes, the monsters can break out into the real world. So another hunter association has been formed where they hired awakened people, and now the people are divided between the awakened and non-awakened. Now he's just in class drawing, thinking about how there are people who can only get rewards by crawling like an ant, and the others can just simply grab them. In that situation, the ants quickly realize their limitations, and it shows that he had one more fight with that hunter from high school, and he just beat his ass. Because no matter how hard you try, the non-awakened can't really mess with the awakened. So if the hunters can't close the gates, then the world will be destroyed. So without the awakened, the non-awakened can't survive. Of course, they can survive without us, but everyone's grateful to them because they're the reason the people can live in peace. At the same time, he just feels uneasy. He's getting too comfortable not getting what he wants. By missing parents. Okay, so Jinwoo and Shahayin are gone. I don't know how you kidnap the Shadow Monarch, but okay. He doesn't like that his survival completely relies on others. When it felt like I had all the potential in the world, what I had just simply disappeared. The sense of powerlessness filled that void. I wonder how my dad would get out of this powerless situation. Then somebody calls his name, and it's just the art teacher saying, damn, you seem pretty locked in. What exactly are you drawing? It's a pretty creative drawing for an ant. Well, actually, it looks more like an ant human, and he's trying to figure out why he even drew it. Damn, bro actually got some talent because this Beru looks cold. Now it cuts to the hunters coming out the dungeon, and they're chilling because the raid was a success. They do have something to report. They encountered a new type of monster, a humanoid monster that could spew blue flames from its eyes and mouth. And they attack with their fangs and claws, but they don't do that much damage. He says one of them scratched him, but it's nothing major. As he's saying that, the cut starts oozing the blue fire. He gets this shock / chill. He just freezes in place. So he's like, bro, are you all right? But no, he is not okay at all. He just chomps Buddy in the face / neck in front of everybody. I really like the zombie idea. Solid. He's spewing the same blue flames as the monsters in the dungeon, and then he takes out somebody else. Now everybody starts running for their life. For each person that gets bit, it's just another one against them. They hear the screams from inside the classroom, and everybody checks out what's going on. But all they see is this chaos and madness unfolding in front of them. Everybody's just watching in horror. Some of the students want to run for it. Some want to wait for the hunters. They tell the teacher to do something because he's awakened, but he's like, bro, I'm an E rank. I do not get paid for this shit. Then one of them busts onto the roof of the school. He tells everyone to run because it just flies head first through the window. He just gets right to chomping on his man-witch. When Suho and everybody starts booking it, this girl can't run because her legs gave out and asks for him to help. Bro just keeps booking, saying, I'll go get the hunters. Even as he did it, he knows he's just asking her to die, basically. But he's still not awakened, so he's just conflicted on what to do. I promise his trademark is, what would Jinwoo do? If my dad were here, what would he do? Now she's just sitting there crying. She's the only one here for lunch. He springs in for his Happy Meal. Hey, fire extinguisher couldn't for the win. The boy got the courage of his father. Now this zombie's just trying to enjoy a meal, and Suho busts in with a fire extinguisher, or is trying to be strong like his dad. And the system tells him that he's reached the requirements for a quest, the courage of the weak. And it immediately reminds him of the dream he had, where he was beating monsters and leveling up floor after floor, overcoming numerous challenges, and then for some reason the final boss was my dad. So what would he do in this situation? He cracks him again but he's still not a hunter, and he knows you can't damage the monsters without mana. So he's trying to figure out what to do, but then it just stops, like time has been frozen in place. Now he finally sees the display about the quest, and it is just like in his dream. So if I can get stronger like that again, then bet. And he accepts the new quest as everything starts to glow. He gets the same blessing that Jinwoo got, making him immune to diseases and poison, and that the system will support his growth. After seeing the status windows, it is just like a game. And his new mission is to take down the mist burn and level up. Now he can see the titles above the creatures. He tells Shorty to get the hell out of here. Now he's got to fight this zombie that's a D rank hunter. Hey, we got fire extinguisher kun. Really, he's just hyped that he's awakened. So he runs up and bonks this one and throws it high so it has to duck, setting up this beautiful uppercut as he apologizes and punches bro up through the ceiling. He's just surprised by his own strength. All it took was one punch. Then this one runs up on him. He just pivots around and Sanji kicks him in the side. He took out the two regular ones. There's still the D-rank zombie left. The system's offering him some rewards, but he's just focused on the fight. Again, just hyped that he's awakened. When he punches the D-rank, it just eats it and counters right back, just swinging wildly and slashes him across the chest. So he kicks him away and jumps back. Damn, now I'm about to get poisoned. I'm gonna turn into a zombie. But again, he's got the same blessing as Jinwoo, so it just starts healing on its own as he runs down on him. Tackles him to the ground. He's really struggling, and if he's a D rank, then I must be a E rank. But there has to be some way I can win. Then he remembers the rewards the system offered to boost his agility and strength, so he accepts them, just puts all of his power into throwing the zombie off of him. It hits the superhero landing, but no superhero landing for you. He rocks him in his shit, but again, punch just doesn't really do anything, and he starts slashing him right back. He puts all of his ability points into his strength, cocks that bitch back, and just starts letting him have it to the body. I've never seen a hunter that can get stronger, and I don't know who's deciding who gets what rank. If I got the power to escape this damn system, as it shows this wall cracking before it bursts open, it's just him beating his ass through the building. He lands the left hook of doom, and you know you gotta hold the follow through. So he's over here huffing and puffing, and he leveled up 3 times. He takes a seat to just gather his thoughts. Now he's officially a hunter. I'm awakened. While hearing all the commotion outside, now has the strength to help people and end this disaster. Then it shows something running up on the building and jumping high over the school as he looks out the window to see what's happening outside. I'm not gonna lie, this looks hilarious. Bro cocked that bitch back to hell. The sword is splitting his ass cheeks. Now it's the C-rank hunter that was leading that raid. He just destroys that whole section of the building. So the news reporters are telling everybody to evacuate, and the military is gathering around the campus, but all they can do is watch because you need hunters to fight the monsters. And they're calling for B-rank hunters to account for the ones that got turned into zombies. You need somebody who can take out a C-rank. He's just walking down on Suho, who's just surprised at the way he attacked him, like bro jumped from the ground. He's a C rank and he has a weapon, so he's much different from the rest. The the first thing he gotta do is hit the Matrix, because if not, he would have got chopped in two. Bro cut the whole building. He's just looking at him like, what? Holy shit, as he's about to swing again. But hey, we got fire extinguisher Kun. He throws it in the way as he dodges, and it makes like a smoke screen for him to escape through. So he starts booking it. There's rankings for a reason, like I can't mess with him yet. I just gotta hold him off until the hunters get here. Instead of chasing him, he looks somewhere else and sees 3 students standing on the roof. They're all just waiting for the hunters to save them. I don't even think they seen him until the last second, and all Suho can do is watch. Damn, they actually did the young girls like that. That's kind of crazy. Just killed all 3 of them with one swing. And now I can see the Jin Woo in his eyes. He springs up to fight him because he can't just wait on the hunters. He flies in full speed and kicks him to the back of the head, but he just ate that shit and swung back at him. It looks like all it would take is 1 slash for him to get killed, but at the same time, he just can't let him go free. He throws this barrage of punches, at the same time is weaving the sword pretty smooth, trying to counter in between. Bro looks like a boxer. I told you he loves kneeing people in the face. Again, it just didn't do shit, and he just slashes him across the chest. He's lucky he didn't get cut in half. It sends him flying back and crashing into this wall as he just keeps walking down on him. It says his health is at 1, and he's just joking saying I got lucky, but the zombie's just all smiles as it stands over him. Then it shows something starting to crack as he tries to gather the strength he has left. It's cracking even more so. The zombie jumps towards him. Bro is really tapped out, like he has nothing left in the tank. He can't even throw a punch, he just falls to the ground. But what was cracking was the sky. As Jin Woo's about to die, something just bursts out of it, screeching, and I'm sure you know who it is, as he crashes in, tearing off the zombie's arm. He's just fading like, is that an ant? He ultimately just passes out. He starts healing him, saying, I arrived too late. Says to the zombie, it's you, the one who's injured someone so mighty and precious. Beru just jumps right through it. The zombies are still attacking the students. He just blitzes through the entire campus and takes them all out by himself. Love how it's just showing his hand like he's just flying through them, zigzagging around like it ain't shit. Beru just single-handedly saves this entire area, and there's a blast of aura as he bows down before Suho, saying, it's been a while, young monarch.